Welcome back to the channel. Breaking news. They saying that Teezy got hit up and found in the ditch, his car and everything like that, found in the bushes and all that. They seen three dudes running. The sky cam caught them running and them dumping Teezy, man, because they followed Teezy. They was looking for him. And they slid for Dolph. This was get back for Dolph, man. I want y'all to understand is I'm sending my condolences to young Dolph, RP to Dolph. If y'all some Dolph fans out there, throw it in the comment section, man. Let me know if you a fan of young Dolph. Put the Dolphins in the chat. Subscribe to the channel and all that, man. So they seen the dude on the sky cam pulling up and dumping Teezy and everything in the bushes. And the reason they did this is because he is directly connected to a lot of the people that was like Govan, Big Jook, all the people that did Young Dolph. He helped them and all that. And so this is why he got dumped on. He was already one of the suspects. So he never left Memphis. This is the thing. Y'all got to understand that this dude was already wanted by the feds. He was wanted in the streets. And basically, he never left Memphis. This was a place where this was all going to go down. They knew it was going to go down there. It happened in their own city. And CEO Teezy he's not rich or nothing like that, like Blac Youngsta and Moneybagg Yo Gotti. So he can't leave Memphis. This is the thing that happens to where all the people who signed up to try to set up Dolph and get the money. The money never got dispersed out. That's why all these people are still stuck in Memphis. All the dudes that did the Dolph hit, they never got paid for it. They all got finessed as soon as Straight Drop and them got locked up. As soon as everything hit the fan, no one was talking to each other no more. So they never got paid. They never left Memphis. They stayed in Memphis. They was hiding out for almost 2 years, right? And these dudes was riding around Orange Mound. They was riding around Castalia Market. They was looking for CEO Teezy. Once they got the hint on what kind of car he was in, they backdoored him because they knew who was hanging out with him. So they got cool with him, threw that dude some bread and his girl and all that so that they could tell him where Teezy was hiding out at. Then they peeped the scene, pulled up to the place and saw him leaving. When they seen him leaving, that's when they followed him. And then the sky cam shows that the two cars pulled up next to the window of CEO Teezy, and one person reached out of the window. You could see half their body sticking out, and they did something, made some type of flash and a big loud noise. And you seen Teezy get splattered through the window, and that's when they basically pull up and they take that car and everything like that and literally put it in neutral and push it into the ditch, and that's where they ended up finding it. And then the sky cam shows them guys running back into the dark colored SUV that makes a left and goes down, and they say that this happened somewhere around Airways. And because the Airways neighborhood right next to Makita's Cookies and is really just right down the street from where all of this happened. And basically what they saying is that the feds is coming in and looking at the situation close because they was already watching this dude. The feds was going to pick this dude up. And right before, I think it was going to be literally the next day or another day, they was going to pick this dude up. And another thing is a lot of people are saying that maybe they didn't slide for Dolph. Maybe they knew that CEO Teezy was going to tell maybe either Yo Gotti or Big Jook or somebody like that. And before CEO Teezy goes and tells to the feds everything and gets everybody locked up that did it and was part of it, then they decided, you know what? Somebody had a feeling that CEO Teezy was going to talk and he was going to take the stand and literally make the plea deal and take everybody down. And so they decided that he might not have been somebody that they wanted to be around to talk and to get everybody locked up and in trouble. So what they did was already called the shots to say, you got to take this dude out before he goes and takes the stand, before the feds grab him. Because once the feds grab him, he's going to be in basically cooperation, witness protection. He's going to tell them everything. He's going to take them all to everybody's houses and point at them. He basically knows every person in the operation. He got their numbers, he got their addresses, he got everything. He could set them up and do all that. He could get them wiretapped. He could get them basically anything that they need, he's going to cooperate to get it done. And so they knew that this guy was going to be telling and that he was going to rat on everybody. And so basically it was a race in the streets before his own people hit him up for telling and possibly like bringing down the whole crew, or that they was going to slide for Dolph and get him in the streets. So either way, this dude was not going to be safe or not going to make it out the streets. There was no way he was making it out the streets or out of Memphis, because when the people started driving around looking for him and they figured out where he was, it was basically just a matter of, hours and minutes until they run up on him and catch him. Then once he popped out, that's when it was over with. When they seen him hop out the whip, it was on sight. So they knew to take him out, basically, because they knew that the other side, his own team, was going to come and try to take him out for snitching and telling. So it was like, you know what? If they wanted to slide for him, it was the only time that they had was the moment that they seen him. And now they're trying to get the sky cam footage together, because they're going to come. The feds is going to have to show up to Memphis, because that's their person that he was supposed to be an informant. So they just took out an informant. The feds is going to come into Memphis and basically sweep Memphis again and get all the other guys that was with CEO Teezy. Remember JoJo Splat? Now, JoJo Splat, he is directly connected to CEO Teezy. He was the one that was hanging out with them and everything when they was taking pictures with the cars and all that, the white bands that you guys see, the E63 and all that, right? And so the reason why they targeted CEO Teezy was because he was by himself. He didn't have none of the people with him. And so had he had JoJo Splat or any of the other guys with him, then they would have got it too. And basically it would have been more than one person. And now that the feds just touched down to Memphis, it's got Moneybagg Yo, Yo Gotti, and all of them shook. Makita's, the Cookie people, they coming out. The Cookie girl's coming out trying to cover her tracks, because she realizes that we're hearing that basically the word on the street is that they might come and pick her up. And so we don't really know what's about to happen with her. Maybe that's why they're coming out and trying to cover their tracks again. It's probably time for their follow-up interview. And so everything that they said that first day that they interviewed them, and they said it happened inside the store and that Maurice was there and it happened quick and all that, they're about to go and they've been studying that, and they're about to ask them all the same questions again and see if their story stays the same or if they change their story for the third time, because that's how they're going to figure out whether they was like basically trying to hide something or if they was covering up for anybody else. Is that if the stories change too much and people have different recollections of what happened, and they're saying that people who were not there were there and people who were outside of the store were actually inside of the store, then this is where it all gets blurred, and this is where they need to come in and figure out exactly what it is that happened. Because if they figure out that the story isn't adding up to the way that they said it was, and when they asked them the question, it was basically they're responsible for the answers that they gave. So if they find out that what they said didn't come back to being exactly like what the cameras show and how they are when they look at them actually in that scene on footage, then that's how you know that they was trying to trick them and cover up for somebody. And so that's what they're coming to try to figure out, because they don't want to get played by nobody. They over here trying to get the justice for Dolph. They over here trying to make plea deals and get people to cooperate so that they could get all the way up to the head of the snake, whether it ends at Yo Gotti, Big Jook, Govan, whoever it is. And if they got Govan the 90K bond, there's only two people above Govan, and that's Big Jook and Yo Gotti. And so a lot of people are leading to believe that CEO Teezy, Govan, and a lot of the people that have been getting the plea deals or been talking to the feds or got knocked out by people because they're about to tell, they was all about to tell on Big Jook and Yo Gotti. And the reason why they're important is because they brothers, and they use Big Jook to pull all the street stuff, to pull all the dirt game for CMG, because Yo Gotti can't have none of that stuff come back to him. But that was a dumb move, because Big Jook is Yo Gotti's exact brother. They even look alike. And the thing is that anybody could tell that whatever Big Jook does is going to come back to Yo Gotti. They got the same last name, Jook Gotti. And so when they see Jook Gotti and Yo Gotti walking next to each other and going into the same houses and riding in the Bentley truck together, they're going to review all that footage because they got the ADT footage from Makita's that shows who was inside that Bentley. They got the sky cam footage that shows inside the front windshield of the Bentley truck where you could see the driver in the passenger seat and the two people in the back seats that were watching Young Dolph basically get hit up, and as they were driving down Airways in front of the cookie shop. And the cookie people on their heels because they know that after CEO Teezy got hit up, CEO Teezy's with Trula, and the cookie girl is with Trula too. And so once the Trula dude Teezy gets hit up, then that puts the cookie girl on a high alert because she basically is friends with a lot of the Trula people, and that they know that something is going on right now. They saying that the feds is coming in and might pick up the cookie girl. And so because of the connections to either Trula, Teezy, Dolph, the setup, everything is connected because all the people in Memphis know each other. They all know that they are clicked up with all these different type of groups. They be hanging out with people from over here and over there. And they be doing dirt with people that tell on them, and they're from over here and over there. And they really trying to cover these people's sides because they with them and end up telling on you and all that stuff. And so the cookie girl coming out now, and they trying to make sure that, okay, they say everything they got to say before the feds come in because they're going to want to talk to him about Teezy, about 901 Trigga Trey and the connections between Teezy, 901 Trigga Trey, Big Jook, and everybody else in Memphis, including Blac Youngsta, Moneybagg Yo, Yo Gotti, Govan Hernandez, Shondell Barnett, Cornelia Smith, Straight Drop, whose real name is Justin Johnson. And then you have Jamarcus Johnson, who's Justin Johnson's brother. He just told on Justin Johnson, whose rap name is Straight Drop, the dude that they found saying that he's the one that did it and had the gray hoodie on, all because they found the getaway car that CEO Teezy and his friends and JoJo Splat friends brought. They dumped that at Bradley Street. And so now that they saying that basically is all connected and tied together. And so that's why they coming in and sweeping everybody. It's at least 11 more members of CMG and Trula that they still coming to get because they know that it's not everybody that was rounded up yet. They still about to come and do a big part of the RICO because the Young Dolph trial is really just about to start. Blac Youngsta is still on the run. They still gonna find Moneybagg Yo's Bentley. That's the evidence of the getaway car number 2. And then the fact that Yo Gotti's brother Big Jook right now is scrambling to figure out what the feds are doing because he has not heard from the feds since they let him go. Once Govan got released on his $90K bond, he probably cooperated and took the deal to take out Big Jook. So don't be surprised if they come and get Big Jook in the next couple of days because they know that it's going to have some type of connection with what they just found out about the Dolph. And then as they're coming in, getting a new info so that they could go pick up Big Jook because Govan told on him, as they're coming into town, they hear CEO Teezy gets popped. And then that makes them start all over doing their work because now they got to figure out and track down those people to see how they knew CEO Teezy was about to tell, because CEO Teezy was just about to meet with the feds to discuss how they was going to go and get Big Jook because Govan had told on CEO Teezy. So he was next to get picked up. And first of all, I want to say RIP to Young Dolph. If y'all some Dolph fans, go ahead and throw that in the comment section. Throw RIP Dolph, throw King Dolph, and subscribe to the channel and like this video. So basically, they knew that they was going to get and come and sweep all these people in Memphis for the round 2. And Govan told on Big Jook, so they were coming to get Big Jook. Then all of a sudden, CEO Teezy gets blasted. They start redoing all of their work so that they could figure out, okay, if Teezy was going to meet with the feds in 2 days to tell on his side of the story and get Big Jook taken down because Govan told on everybody. So now the feds is going to want to talk to everybody. And they were staking them out and everything like that. But then they got word that CEO Teezy was about to like uncover the whole entire operation, word for word, play for play, like even more than what Govan did. Because whatever Govan said, the next person is going to have to say even more to get out of that jam. And so this is an ongoing thing, and it's causing the feds to come and take down everybody in Memphis. The sources out there are saying that they seeing the black trucks riding around, and they basically doing the forensics for Teezy, and they hanging around the cookie shop. They still getting evidence for that. They prepping to take down Big Jug. They prepping to take down more suspects from the Young Dolph and really kick off this whole trial thing and get the justice for Dolph. It's a lot going on right now in the streets down there. And it's a lot that's happening on the sidewalks too. And so what y'all got to understand is that the cookie people are coming and speaking out. Everybody's freaking out. People is getting hit up. Moneybag Yo hiding. Yo Gotti nowhere to be found. Blac Youngsta not even in the country no more. So we really about to see what's about to go down as they come and sweep Memphis. The people that's about to be grabbed is probably Big Jook and a lot of other guys that are his friends, man. So stay tuned for some updates. I'm going to catch y'all later. Subscribe to the channel.